Hi, my name is Catherine Learn. I live in California. By day, I'm a middle school art teacher. By night, I am a zinester. I curate Canto, Cutie Zine. It is a zine about the Cantonese diaspora. Zines are an awesome tool for writers and artists to say what they want to say and publish on their own terms. That's why I really love reading zines and creating zines, because within them you can see the autonomy that the writer and the artist has, and you get a lot more honest work when you're reading and creating. I first got started with zines when I made my first zine called The Dad's Club. I just wanted to see literature and art related to that topic because I had lost my dad at a young age, and I was interested in that topic because I wanted to see art and literature that didn't have to do with therapy. Like, what if we can just explore this theme without being in like a counseling group? And so that's how I came up with the zine. It is an art and literature zine, and I did a short call for submissions. I ended up receiving work from people all over the world, made new friends, made all sorts of connections I never thought I would. And since then, I've had 2 volumes of Dead Dad Club, and I've also started my zine that I work mostly on now, Canto Cutie. So my zine is called Canto Cutie, and it's about the Cantonese diaspora. Cantonese is a linguistic minority in southern China, but you can find the diaspora in Hong Kong, Singapore, all around the world, including the US and UK. And Volume 1 of Canto Cutie was released July of 2020. It features the work of over 10 artists and writers all around the world. The cover artist is named Zine, and they're based in Austin, Texas. Volume 2 was released February of 2021 and features the work of over 15 artists all around the world. Also, it has literature, poetry, short stories. It has artwork and interviews. And Volume 3 is coming out summer of 2021. So 3 resources that I want to share about is 3 computer programs. The first is called Swift Publisher. It is a program that's similar to InDesign. It's for Macs only, really cheap, published by an indie company, and I created my first zines on that program. Another program I recommend is Affinity Publisher. Again, it's an InDesign kind of similar program, but made for both Windows and Mac. And the third program I want to talk about is Canva, which is a web-based graphic design program. I have experience working on it with zines. It makes it really easy to share with your friends and like edit together. It's kind of similar to Google Docs in that way. When I'm making a zine, I first start with a call for submissions, and after I collect the submissions, I see if there's any themes that emerge from the submissions. I also see if there are artists or writers that really stick out to me as being really prolific or having some interesting things to say, and I reach out to them for an interview. Me or my partner Zcam will reach out to them and do an interview based off of what they want to talk about, how they want to share their work, and how we together think that their work could best be honored in our zine. My advice for newbie zine makers is anything goes. You can make a zine about literally anything, and there will be an audience for it. And make something that you wish existed. I started Canto Cutie because there weren't zines or that many art or literature publications about the Cantonese diaspora in English, so that's why I made my zine. And if you think about what you wish existed, your little corner of the universe, fill those gaps, make a zine that you wish existed, because there will be people who wish that that zine exists and will be so thankful that you did make that space. My favorite thing about zine culture is that there aren't limitations in publishing. There aren't like editors and publishing houses telling you what to do, how to do it. You can do it on your own timing, on your own terms. You get full control, or as much as you want, and I just love that about zine culture. My favorite zinester right now is the cover artist of Volume 1, as I mentioned, Zcam, on their website, zcam.com, TSZKAM.com. They have their own art zines, and they're really interesting. You can read the full PDF online, or you can buy a physical copy at their Etsy site, and I really love exploring their work. Why do I make zines? I make zines for so many reasons. Like I said before, I make zines to fill a gap that exists in the art and publishing world, and to fill that gap, and to make a publication that I'm proud of, and that I would want to apply for and try to be published in. So not only that, I make zines for curatorial experience. I also make zines as a way to express myself, to try out new ideas, try out ideas for spreads, for page spreads, and interview people that I've always wanted to talk to. Making this zine has given me that opportunity to talk to artists that I can only dream of interacting with in real life. But having a publication and giving them a medium for them to express themselves, and to for them to showcase their work, it's like reciprocal, because then they're excited to talk to you, and you're just like starstruck because you get to talk to artists and writers that you've always wanted to talk to. If you're really interested in learning more about Canto Cutie and hearing more about some work I've done, I invite you to go to our website, cantocutie.com, and click the tab that says Events. We have been a part of a lot of zine fests, mostly in the United States. The last one we participated in was the Tucson Zine Fest, which is one of my hometowns, I would say. We did a zine reading. We were part of a zine making panel and a BIPOC issues and representation panel. And I'm really proud of the panelists that I got to talk with. And I think the interview that they did was really awesome. So I invite you to check that out. That Tucson Zine Fest happened May 9th, but the recordings of the interviews and the panels are on the site, and a lot of really cool zinesters were represented at that festival. It was all virtual, so I invite you to look at the interviews and the other tablers and all the other zinesters that were part of it.